if I choose and I do that impact, it really impacts my ability to weight train, right? So there's a choice I have to make. Now, weight training is always going to win over jiu-jitsu for me.
Correct.
I think it's a great sport. If you do it, it's amazing. But I guarantee you, if you do jiu-jitsu as hard as I do weight training, you ain't doing weight training. Right? Weight training will take a secondary seat, and that's okay.
Yeah. Then
focus on the jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
If you're running, right? If you're going to go, I'm going to be a runner, and I'm going to be big and jacked, and you've lost the plot, right? Yeah. If you're going to be a runner, you have to be built like a runner. Runners are lean. Yeah. They have a very different muscle type, a short twitch, interaction muscle. It's very different look. And there's nothing wrong with them, right? It can be very beneficial if that's the look, but you have to align yourself with that look.
Yeah.
I know people who are runners and they're in their 70s, they're still run, they're healthy as hell.
Yeah.
That's great, but they're aligned with it.
And what I'm hearing you say is ultimately know your body type.
And your body type isn't, I'm a big believer in you can make your body type, right?
Well, yeah, I guess my meaning is like when I say know your body type, I mean know what your body is capable of.
And know what you want.
And know what you want. Yeah. And know what you should be putting it through to maintain.
Because especially men, like, I want to run and I want to do this. Yeah, it's good, but you kind of choose the lane that best benefits you for a long term, right? Mine is weight training. I've always advocated for it. There's lots of studies that advocate for it. However, you can still weight train and then weight train in a specific way. I've got a good friend of mine, Vincent, right? So he's from Bulgaria and he's a small guy, weighs 140 pounds. He eats and trains to never ever go over that certain because he wants to run and do things that I don't want to do, right? He's healthy as a horse. He's a good guy, right? I don't have a problem with what he's doing. He's chosen his lane.
No, that's what works for him.
He hasn't I'm not going to sit here today and go, well, my lane is I want to weigh 240 pounds. I want to be a big jack guy. I want to go to gym and weight train. I want to deadlift over 500 pounds. But you know what? I also want to run a marathon, right? I can run a marathon. I can train for it, but I guarantee you that those two things are on the line for long-term gains together. So what I'm saying is choose what aligns with, like, if running really benefits you. So you can go for a run for a couple of hours. And I know people tell me it just clears my mind. It's the same as what gym does for us. Right? It's a little bit of different. That's fine.
Well,
but you have to be careful of not loading so many different types of things on. Just understand what you're choosing.
All right.
And if you choose that, there's a very specific dynamic. Now, that doesn't mean you don't go to gym and do weight training. It's just your weight training is not going to look like ours.
Yeah,
it's not going to look like ours.
I think you've talked about this with jiu-jitsu. My thing with running is similar, where there's too much that can go wrong, and I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of being out of I guess the risk. The risk is behind it. So like jiu-jitsu, again, respect for those guys. Nothing against them. I can appreciate and respect their craft.
Yeah.
But for me personally, there's too much risk of injury. There's too many opportunities of something going wrong, and this is the same with running. In my case, military sports background. Feet, knee, back issues from running. Airborne shuffle in the military is the worst thing you can do. We did tons of it when I was at Fort Bragg.
Yeah.
It's bad on you. I don't like to run because of those, factors. And if I don't, like, I actually saw a girl, she's a big runner, followed her on Instagram, big fitness person, broke her ankle. She was out running in a snowstorm.
And,
things like that could happen.
And here's the thing is, what Kevin says is 100%, and he's talking from his perspective.
Yeah.
Right.
This is my take.
In the same sense, right? A guy who runs could say, well, the risk of injury in the gym is just as much. Fair enough. However, again, how does he apply running? He applies running like you and me apply weight training.
Yeah.
Like a guy like Robbie Donofrio applies jiu-jitsu. Right?
It's what I know. It's what you know.
Yes.
And it's what's safe for
I know what's safe, and I know what I can do. I've been doing it long enough. So also, when you choose that lane, just understand the lane you choose. And that's all we're saying. We're not saying that one's right or one's wrong.
Right.
We're saying choose the lane, but know that when you choose that lane and you're committed to that lane, it changes how you do things. You cannot be a 250-pound bodybuilder who runs marathons every weekend, who plays pickleball on the weekend, who goes and does jiu-jitsu every night. You do those, you are going to get hurt.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have to balance. There's a balance.
And I think I remember being a young guy wanting to do it all. And I think you have to at some point as you age, so you can do what you want. You just have to be wise.
You have to be super wise as you get older.
You can do it all. Don't try to do it all.
I would say this. I'd say that the way that we train, our choice of training, and guys like Jocko, Joe Rogan would attribute to it. The weight training is traditional weight training, but it's not just overloading with weight. It's overloading with repetition, overloading with, consistency in reps, and overloading the muscle over time and effort, right? And that may change. This week we may go heavy. Next week we go lighter. This exercise may be heavier than this exercise. But where we really functionally change, we do a lot of functional work, right? And the functional work includes sprinting. There's sprints. There's pulling sleds. There's lifting heavy weights above your head and walking with it. It's motion with weight.
Farmer carries.
Right. And those things change a lot of the way that your body works. And what I found is, and this is my personal aspect, I've adapted the way I train in my training programs so that I can go do, if I choose to, I can go do these other sports, right? And I, if someone told me tomorrow that do you want to go do a 5K? I'll run a 5K. I'll be okay, right?
You'll be on your own.
I don't want to run it. I don't want to run the 5K, but I can, right? I know I'm capable. If someone, if my wife goes, let's go paddle boarding for the next 6 hours, I'm good, right? I can do those things. So it doesn't mean that if I get invited to go do some jiu-jitsu for an afternoon, I can go do it. I'll be fine. Right? I won't get tired. I can. That's more what I'm trained towards.
Yeah, and I think again, to encourage those trying to get back on track, like I think the biggest benefit to me in just the lifestyle choices made is energy and ability to basically do what I would like to do.
Yeah.
Whether it's spending time with my kids, playing around, we go somewhere for the day, whatever it is. Right. Yeah. And even just like, I'll also say, I love what my strength brings to me. It allows me, opportunities to do, maybe as the words, where you find yourself in situations where the strength is an advantage and it helps you a lot. Yeah. Whether it's just everyday life, whether it's, I've helped people. I can't tell you how many times where I'm at the grocery store, I reach high, grab something for somebody that's a little bigger or whatever, or I don't know. I can't think of any examples, but it's just, I love what being in shape affords me.
That's the warrior and the god mentality. Yeah. I feel like I'm capable and prepared for whatever comes my way. I hope it never does, but if it does, I'm ready.
Right.
And that's really what it is.